Do you know, when we subtract two fractions together, we only subtract their numerators and we do not subtract their denominators? Hmm? Isn't it very shocking for you that why are we doing this biased with numbers? Well, I will show you in this video why don't we add the denominators. So stay tuned. Now let's start the video. For example, if we want to subtract 1/4 from 3/4, so what does it mean? First thing that should appear in your mind that the visual representation of these fractions. For example, if you are saying that 3/4, it means something like this, where you have divided the whole in 4 equal parts and you have taken or shaded 3 of them. Similarly, when we talk about 1/4, it means we have divided the whole in 4 equal parts and I have shaded only one of them. So this is what 1/4 mean, and this is what 3/4 mean, right? So now if you have imagined, if you have visualized fractions in your mind, it is easy for you to do subtraction. What does subtraction mean? Well, you better know that subtraction means to take away or to remove something, right? So for example, if you have 3/4, which is this, and you want to remove 1/4, which is this, so you will left what will be the portion that will be in your hand? Well, you can easily visualize that from this part. If you remove this part, so you will only left with these two parts. Let me show you why. This is what you had, and you have subtracted this part, so you left with only this blue part. So how will you represent this blue part in terms of fraction? Well, easily you can say that this is 1/2. Well, actually this is not 1/2 because this is 2. You have two shaded parts, so it is 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts, right? So 3/4 minus 1/4 equals 2/4, right? So when we not look at the numbers, but when we actually understand fractions, so we do not look at just numerators and denominators, and we do not get shocked when we do not add the denominator and keep that as it is, like 4 is not changed. We have just subtracted the numerators. 3 minus 1 equals 2. And why we did that, I have shown you, I have visualized you, right? Okay, now solve some more questions in this skill. For example, now if you want to subtract 4/7 from 6/7, so what image should be made in your mind? So you should be thinking as 6/7, as if you have divided the whole in 7 equal parts and shaded 6 of them, right? So this is 6/7 and this is 4/7. 4 shaded part out of 7 equal parts. So now subtraction means you need to take away. You have this blue part and you need to take away this green part from this, so you will left with what? You can easily imagine that if you take away from blue part, if you take away this green part, so you will left with only this part, right? So and how will you write this part? What this part is? This part is 2 parts, and what is the size of the part? Each part is 1/7, because we have divided this whole in 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 equal parts, and we have 2 parts which are shaded. So that means the answer should be 2/7, right? So you can easily now solve subtract fractions by, if the denominators are same, so you can simply subtract their numerators, like 6 minus 4 simply equals 2, and we have kept the denominator as it is. Okay, now in the last of this video we will solve some question from IXL. Let's do this. The code of the skill is QAS and the name of the skill is subtract fractions with like denominators using strip models, right? Okay, now you are supposed to, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to subtract or take away 2/7 from 5/7. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this is whole. So you can see this one part is 7th part, because if we divide this whole in the size of these sizes, so each part will be 1/7 part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5/7, and we have removed, subtracted 2/7 from them. So we left with 1, 2, 3/7 parts. So 3/7 is the answer, and you can see that the denominator is not changed, still is 7, and we have just subtracted the numerators, 5 minus 2, which is 3, right? Okay, the next 7/8 minus 3/8. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why we are saying that this is 8? You can see that if we combine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of this size, so one whole is completed. That means this one part is 1/8 part. So we have 7/8 parts, and we have taken away or subtracted 1, 2, 3 8 parts. So we have left with 1, 2, 3 and 4 8 parts. So 4/8 is the answer. Again we see the same pattern. The denominator is not changed and the numerators has been subtracted. 7 minus 3 equals 4, right? Okay, this is the last question that we are solving, but before I solve, I would like to solve and give your answer to yourself, right? Okay, I hope you have paused this video and solved this. 6/11, you can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6/11 parts, and we need to subtract 3/11 parts from them. So we have subtracted, and we have left with 1, 2, 3/11 parts. So we will write 3/11. Again the same pattern occurs. So I hope now you have understood this skill. Now just quickly go on IXL and master this skill QAS. After completing this skill, you can also master this skill. The code of this skill is AVF, because in this skill you have to use the same pattern. The denominators are not changed and numerators are subtracted. So I am also providing you the link in the video description. Just click and master this skill. Thank you so much.